Sometimes in life, it pays to sit under a tree on a sunny day, watching the birds, the insects and the lizards, which I'm particularly fond of, just doing their thing and think. I don't mean the high activity thinking needed to solve coupled non-linear partial differential equations, which actually I'm quite good at, and where I made my mark, but just ruminating, letting ideas just come and go in a totally unstructured way and see what comes out. There are two things that stand out to me. My wife, Shulan, is a medical doctor, so she listens to medical advice and does what she is told. But she is diabetic and her foot started to turn black, and the advice was amputation. I don't know if she would have followed their advice, but she has nice legs and I was not happy about that. Just in case you're one of those people who never finish an article, let me tell you that she still has both her legs, so the goodies won. I suffer from my own particular version of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. If you are a medical researcher looking to study peculiar versions of OCD and looking for a willing volunteer to study, my email is colin@gbiota.com. What could I do to save her leg? Well, I do have technical capabilities. In fact, I was recognised by the Institute of Engineers as one of Australia's leading innovators for my pioneering work on computer-aided engineering. But I do have my peculiar version of OCD. People who know me well, and I would normally classify as my friends, say that I never believe anything I'm told, even from world-renowned experts, until I've tested it out for myself. So, with the help of my OCD, I set about learning everything I could about diabetes, trying to understand the human body as an engineer would understand a complex machine. Machines need fuel, but they also need a load of other stuff, like oils and replacement parts, and a control system so they do what they are supposed to do. In the human machines, these all come from the food we eat. Armed with my OCD, I began to get a clear picture of how the body works as a thermodynamic machine, and was truly impressed by the level of sophistication of modern technology and the wonders of mass spectrometers and DNA testing machines. Then, sitting under my tree watching my friends, the lizards, frolicking away, the first ponder that floated through my head was that humanoid-type creatures have been on this earth for some million years and have become the dominant creature on Earth. I've just read a paper on the varieties of vitamin K, which seems to be the fashion vitamin of the day. I've yet to come across a scientific paper describing the use of mass spectrometers by our ape-like ancestors. So how do they survive without understanding the complexities of vitamin K? Then, still sitting under the tree, now watching my friends the lizards entertain me with a bit of public copulation, my second ponder floated through my head. Helped by my OCD, I now feel that I have a pretty good understanding of how food works in the human thermodynamic machine. I have also used my own body as an experimental machine to see what happens. It's sort of fun, much more fun than playing bingo. I live my life according to the Wodehouse quote. Giving up wine, women and song does not actually make you live longer, it just makes it seem longer. So despite all this knowledge I've acquired about diet and health, I don't actually practice it myself. Far from it. I am a natural pig. I love good food. Another quote I have from an old boss of mine who would actually listen to the crazy idea I would suggest. Try it. It is like sex and good food. You don't know what it's all about until you have tried it. I'm at a party, and a pretty girl in a low-cut dress comes along with a tray of cheesecakes, and I'm going to enjoy the view and take a slice or three. I'm 85 years old, fit and healthy. I go for a walk of several kilometres every morning. I talk to my doctor, who is at least 30 years younger than me, armed with my secret weapon, that if she starts to lecture me about my piggy habits, I can always invite her to join me for my morning walk, knowing full well she will be puffing away well before me. So by now in my ponder, the lizards have finished their copulation, leaving me to puzzle out why is it that at 85 Eating like a pig, I'm still so fit and healthy. There has to be an explanation, and that lies in the food I eat, which is determined by the experiments I do on myself to save my wife's foot. It is very simple. I eat plants grown in living soil full of beneficial microbes in my garden. Without even thinking about it, I'm feeding my gut brain, which controls my appetite, so I don't stuff myself, even though I'm a natural pig that loves good food. I get all the nutrients and vitamins I need from food without even crossing the threshold of the local drugstore. Does this mean that we have solved the problem of the biggest health issue of our time, the epidemic of chronic diseases, overweight, diabetes, heart attacks and dementia? The answer is yes and no. We have solved it technically, but that makes absolutely no difference in the real world in which we live. There's a massive industry making superbly produced commercials on the internet to get us to buy a matrix of supplements that we don't really need, because we can get them all by eating fresh plants grown in living soil. They have to create these graphic masterpieces because they are selling a product that no one really needs. That's the way the modern internet works. As you can see from my videos, they are made in a corner of my kitchen and look exactly what they are. Videos produced on a budget. No one is going to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars to convince you not to buy pills that you don't need. Advertising is to sell you products, not to unsell you. My spell check tells me that there's not even a word unsell. Sometimes I curse my OCD, which makes me question everything I see. There is bad OCD, which makes you worry that you have left the back door unlocked or the shower running. I have decided my OCD is good OCD. It makes me question all the marketing crap that pervades the modern internet. If you can put up with my budget videos, follow me on www.gbiota.com.